Coming up on Sports Den, the Centennial boys hockey team made their return trip to state. We'll give you the highlights. Also, girls basketball section play was in full swing to get you caught up on how your favorite teams did. So take a seat, grab a cold beverage. It's Sports Den, it's live. Let's go.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sports Den. We are your hosts. I'm Alicia Danias and this is not Kenton Kipp.
No.
Kenton is in Texas with his family, so we have upgraded to a younger, taller version, Matt Bishop.
Thanks for saying upgraded. I really boost my self-esteem. I like it.
Well, now you're just good for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Got a good mojo
I'm
going.
good.
So we have plenty of action to get to on the hardwood and on the ice, but Bishop is going to get things going first for us with a little hockey action.
Yeah, I'm a hockey guy, so why not start on the ice, as it was the state tournament at the Xcel Energy Center. The Centennial Cougars making a return trip to state after beating the Blaine Bengals in the section final at the State Fair Coliseum. Third time that Centennial has made the state tournament. They won it back in 2004. Would this year be the same? Well, we got plenty of highlights for you, so let's get right to them. Xcel Energy Center is the site. We mentioned the Cougars making their second straight trip. The Eagles of Eden Prairie won this tournament in 2009 and 2011. We'll head to the first period. That's where the highlights start. The Eagles jump on the board early, just 2 minutes in. Check out this 2-on-1. Jack Sullivan keeps it, fires it past Blake Miller, and puts Centennial up 1-0. Another look at it. You see Miller just can't get to it with his glove, and it was an early 1-0 lead for EP. The Eagles would again strike just under 3 minutes later with a beautiful tip by Sullivan. Watch this deflection right there. Miller does not have a chance. Mark Sullivan gets the assist, 2-0, some filthy mitts there. Mark Sullivan again on the power play. He doesn't need anybody to tip this shot. He fires it, an absolute howitzer from just inside the blue line, beats Miller just inside of the left post. But Centennial would get on the board. Colton Berg puts the shot on net. Tyler Nyman goes tip city. Sully, not bad. Good grade on the celebration there. But Eden Prairie and their high-powered offense would pot a fourth goal before the first period was even over. A 4-on-2 break. Michael Graham, the easiest goal of his life. It would be 4-1, the assist to Schmidt and Snuggerud. But the Cougars ate their Wheaties in the first intermission because they came out flying. Check out this goal by Reiner Gorowski. Oh, Alicia, I don't know what else to say other than this is just pretty. Gorowski with the defender on his back, able to get it low just inside the post, blocker side, get some snow on the breezers for good measure. Unbelievable goal, and then Gorowski, this time he assists on the goal. Adam Anderson right in front, a great snap pass by Gorowski. Everybody in the arena thought he was going to shoot this puck. Instead goes to Anderson, who takes the time, puts it home, lights the lamp. It was 4-3 at that point. So the Cougars, after being down 4-1, have brought it within 4-3. That's where we went in the third period. Check out this attempt though. Reiner Gorowski thinks he has the game tied. Oh, it hits the post. Oh, Centennial fans' dreams dead. As Gorowski just inches from making that a 4-4 game. Eden Prairie holds on to win. 4-3 is the score. The Eagles take down the Cougars. Taking a look at the recap, and really what hurt the Cougars in this game was that 4-goal first period for Eden Prairie, but it was not for lack of effort from guys like Reiner Gorowski and Adam Anderson, each having a goal and an assist on the game. So because they lost, let's head to Mariucci. Centennial will take on Roseau in the consolation bracket of the state tournament. The Cougars trying to keep their season alive. Roseau trying to move on. 57 seconds into this game, a turnover. It's Alex Strand who takes it and goes top bunk as he got the puck to be turned over behind the net. 1-0 Roseau before you could even take the first sip of your pop. And then Roseau again, Zach Young, the Mr. Hockey finalist, finds the Bemidji State-bound Cole Buxton to make it 2-0. Buxton with the goal there. He was a finalist for the top defenseman award. Now Centennial would get on the board. A shot from the point by Anderson, loose puck, rebound by Lovick. Connor Lovick buries it to make it a 2-1 score. Nice work on the power play by the Cougars. 7 minutes later, check out this play by Tyler Nyman. Great vision, looks in front, finds Colin Hughes, nobody in sight. Hughes buries it. 2-2 is the score after 17 minutes of play between the Cougars and the Rams. Second period, this time Roseau would be on the power play. Buxton puts the shot on, and then this just fracas in front. Who's getting to the puck? And it's Roseau that gets to it. Alex Halston guards, puts Roseau back on top. Zach Yon and Brady Castle with the assist. 3-2 bad guys. And then check out this play. Zach Yon dragged down, going to the net. That, my friends, is what we call a penalty shot. So Yon, check out these dangles. Oh, I'm gonna go forehand. Just kidding. Just undresses the goaltender, goes top shelf, and Mama hides the cookies. And that would be a tough goal, as it would put the Rams up 4-3. Or check that, 4-2 Roseau, and then Colin Hughes, he makes it respectable. 4-3 here as he knifes through the defense, able to get the goal. Hughes had a great game as he did everything he could to move Centennial's season forward. But last-ditch effort for the Cougars. The net is empty. They can't keep the puck in the zone. And then it's a foot race. Who's going to be the first to get to it? Ryan Growski or Zach Yon? It's Zach Yon. He scores 5-3. That's the dagger in the heart of the Cougars. Centennial finishes their season with a record of 16-12-2. An absolute dynamic coaching job by Rich Meny as he led this team from the 4th seed in the section tournament to a state tournament berth. And of course, in that consolation final, Colin Hughes with 2 goals. How did the rest of the tournament go, you ask? Good question. Edina repeats in AA, the first time a team has repeated since MSHSL went from Tier 1 and Tier 2 to Class A and Class AA. That 2 overtime game between Lakeville North and Eden Prairie was an absolute gem of a hockey game, but it's Edina repeating, and they have a lot of underclassmen on that team too, so they're going to try to three-peat next year. That was AA. How about the smaller schools? East Grand Forks with the coolest nickname in all of Minnesota State High School League boys hockey, the Green Wave. They take down Hermantown to win their first state championship, and Hermantown, tough loss for them as they lose in the state championship game for the 5th year in a row. Hey, at least in to their credit, it wasn't to St. Thomas this time. It was to a public school. East Grand Forks wins 7-3. So Edina and East Grand Forks are your boys state hockey champions in Class 2A and Class A, respectively. A great tournament. You maybe want tighter, closer games.
Right.
But Edina is a fun team to watch, as being a Blaine alum, as tough as it is to see a team like that win. But Edina is a tough team to play, and they might get 3 in a row next year.
Yeah, state hockey tournament is always fun to watch. Adrian Peterson actually even tweeted about it, wishing all the players good luck.
Which completely legitimizes the state hockey. If Adrian Peterson tweets about something you're doing,
you're on the map.
Life made.
You are on the map. Well, adapted floor hockey state brackets are going on as well. The tournament starts Friday at Bloomington Jefferson High School at 6 p.m. and goes till Saturday. The number 1 seed North Suburban taking on Owatonna for the first round. Anoka Hennepin also taking on Dakota United. That will go on through Saturday. That is the CI bracket, but we also have the PI bracket. For the PI bracket, games will also be hosted at Bloomington Jefferson. First round starting at 5 p.m. Anoka Hennepin, the number 3 seed, will be taking on Rochester. The final will be Saturday at 2:30 p.m. and North Metro TV will be there for the footage. So before we go to break, it is trivia question time.
I love trivia time.
I love it too.
I can tell. She's just ecstatic right now.
I just, trivia gets me going. And we're going to stay on the topic of adapted floor hockey for this one. The question is, which team won the adapted floor hockey CI state tournament last year? If you think you know the answer, give us a call at 763-231-2809 or go ahead and email us at sportsden@northmetrotv.com. That is what you are watching. Don't go away. After the break, we have my favorite part of the show, basketball highlights.
The journey to satisfy your biggest appetite starts here with Chubby's sandwiches, soups, and sweets that will get you hooked. The mouth-watering fresh meats and vegetables are prepared from scratch. On their unique menu, you'll find their all-time favorite recipes with a fresh spin. You can enjoy dine-in, carry-out, and catering. For any meal of the day, don't settle for the ordinary. Treat your taste buds to a Chubby's panini-style sandwich and stay for dessert. Located just west of Highway 65 on Main Street in Blaine, Chubby's, your mom-and-pop sandwich shop.
With gold at all-time high, take that rope and say bye-bye. Earrings, bracelets, rings, and chains. We buy gold at your exchange. Don't send your gold to someone strange. We buy gold at your exchange. Spring Lake Park, Fridley, Blaine. We buy gold at your exchange.
Welcome back. Before we move on to basketball, we had a trivia question last week.
I did.
It was, when was the last time Blaine boys hockey made it to the state tournament?
Bet you're really wondering what the answer is, because I have it. The last time that the Blaine boys hockey team made it to the XL Energy Center to the state tournament was 2011. I wanted to say 2014, but that's not the answer. 2011 was the last time Blaine made it. That capped a run of 6 straight years that the Blaine boys hockey team had made it to the state tournament. A tremendous run by Coach Dave Austin, getting the guys there each and every year.
Yes, I know, as a Blaine
it's
graduate.
A little sore subject.
Yep, a little sensitive about that, but that's okay. We're going to move on to basketball
just
now.
Avert my attention to basketball here.
Behind us, we have Section 7-4A quarterfinals. Let's get those going. It would be Blaine traveling to Andover. The Bengals looking for an upset, being the 6th seed, while the Huskies ranked 3rd. Blaine coming out ready to battle. Sharon Miller fighting off a shot, gets it to fall and draws the foul. Huskies down in the corner, finds Maddie Hahn behind the arc, and she knocks down the 3 ball. Andover playing good defense here. Hayden Becker picks it up. She will take it the full court. Can she finish? Yes, she can. She gets the layup for 2. Schwengler at the top of the paint goes hard to the hoop, and she gets the right-handed layup for the Bengals. After battling for possession, Sharon Miller gets called for reaching, which put her on the bench in foul trouble. Being the lead scorer, this is not good for the Bengals. The Huskies loving their perimeter shooting. Hayden Becker for the 3-pointer. At half, Andover would lead the Bengals 40-29. In the second, Hayden Becker drives to the basket and finds Katie Yoder cutting to the hoop. Great offensive move there. Andover keeping a steady lead. Lager drives to the basket, gets it to fall, and goes on to make her free throw. But Blaine continues to battle. Again, Schwingler to the basket, gets the foul, goes on to make her free throw. She would lead Blaine with 14 points that night. Huskies passing it around the perimeter. And Maddie Hahn gets the 3-pointer to go. Jablonski at the top of the key. Can't get the 3 ball, but Alex Howe is right there with a great second chance opportunity. Andover with a significant lead at this point are just waiting for the Bengals to foul. They do. Huskies go to the line and go on to make the free throws. With the last seconds of the game left, Andover winds down the clock, and the Huskies end up defeating the Bengals 64-52 in the Section 7-4A quarterfinals. So great showing by Amanda Schwengler with 14 points. Sharon Miller getting in foul trouble caused her a lot of time on the bench. She had 9 points. So Andover's Hayden Becker with 17 points and Maddie Hahn 15. So the Huskies would go on to the semifinals versus Forest Lake. The Rangers would take that one going to the finals versus Anoka. That will be on the 14th, 7 p.m. The top seed and the number 2 seed. So going on To the Section 5-4A quarterfinals, it was the 4-seed Osseo taking on the top seed, the Cougars. Both teams with a lot of history. Slower start in the first few minutes of the game till Jasmine Bertoy makes a big move by driving to the basket. She draws the foul and makes her free throws. A minute later, Girding at the top of the key fires the three-pointer and gets it to go. A couple plays later, she decides to go for the long ball again and gets it to fall in style. But she isn't done yet. Osseo with the ball. Girding gets the steal and takes it all the way herself. Finishes the layup. She's having a phenomenal first half. Time winding down in the first. Girding finds Worth in the corner for the jumper. Cougars lead Osseo 29-24 at the end of the half. Early in the second to get things going, Bertoy throws up the three-pointer and gets it to fall. Orioles still battling. Zaria Reed underneath the basket puts in the reverse layup. Destiny Morris on the wing drives hard to the center and puts in the floater. Osseo ball then, but Destiny Morris is there to take it away. She pushes it full court and puts in the layup. Great move there. Centennial slowly pulling away. Bertoy beyond the arc, sinks the three ball. Cougars playing great defense. Bertoy picks up the basketball, looks to set up a play, decides to take it herself, and puts in the jumper. On the inbound, Conrad on the block, goes up hard for the layup and gets it. Centennial on fire. Bertoy hits another three-pointer. Centennial wins 59-41, and I had a chance to talk to some Cougars after the game.
It feels really good to finally beat them. They are the team that knocked us out the last 2 years, so it felt really good to finally beat them this time.
Definitely our defense, we really brought it out. We played really aggressive, and I think that's what helped us win. We just have to keep working hard in practice and bring our game. We can control our game, but we can't control theirs, so we just have to do our best.
Centennial and Osseo had some battles throughout the regular season, so big win by the Cougars, 59-41. Jasmine Bertoy with 19 points. JC Girding with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, all around really great showing by the Cougars. So they would go on to the finals, and Maple Grove and Champlin Park played at Anoka right after Centennial and Osseo. Champlin Park would take that one, so it will be the Cougars and the Rebels, 8 p.m. at Anoka High School. For the girls section 3-3A bracket, it will be Spring Lake Park took on De La Salle in the quarterfinals. De La Salle went on to defeat Totino Grace in the semis. So in the final, it's De La Salle versus Park Center at Anoka at 6 p.m.
Should be a really exciting game between Centennial and Champlin Park.
Right.
I always love the section tournaments, the 1 versus 2 seed going at each other.
But, I mean, even in the hockey tournament, though, it doesn't always mean that's going to be a close game when you have...
Just keep bringing that up. You keep bringing that up.
I wanted to move on, but I just had to make a point there.
Well, let's move on from girls and go to boys. Boys basketball, of course, currently in state tournament action, but they had to get there somehow. That's where the section tournament comes in. Let's take a look at how the sections panned out. In Section 7, 4A, it was St. Francis getting to the state tournament over Andover, 1 versus 2 seed matchup there after St. Francis took down Blaine in the semis. Andover took down Anoka in the semis. Section 5, 4A bracket, it was Champlin Park losing to Osseo. So the 2 upsets the 1. Osseo, always a great basketball program. They take down Champlin Park there just by a 5-point margin in overtime. Class 4A bracket for the state tournament taking place at Williams Arena and at the Target Center. Hopkins, Tartan, you see there. Osseo, Shakopee, St. Francis versus Creden. Buffalo against Lakeville North. Hopkins definitely the odds-on favorite to win that Class 4A state title.
For the boys section 3-3A bracket, it would be our Spring Lake Park Panthers beating Fridley in overtime in the quarterfinals. They would go on to face De La Salle at my beloved Coon Rapids High School. Losing to the Islanders, it was De La Salle versus Totino Grace. De La Salle would go to state. And I actually went to the game this morning versus St. Paul Central.
Of course you did.
They ended up winning that one 69-50, or excuse me,
They won the game.
81-48 at Williams Arena. Going on to the semis, tomorrow, and the championship game will be Saturday at 6 p.m.
Reed Travis, very talented basketball player. Let's go to the state Class 2A bracket. Annandale, the top seed. There you go, Mike Bouchard. There's your Annandale plug. And Esco is the number 2 seed. Those games happening at Target Center and Williams Arena. Of course, the semifinals on the 14th and championship on the 15th at the Target Center. Should be a great matchup there. Smaller schools, but still a very high intensity brand of basketball going on in the Class 2A bracket.
For the boys basketball state 1A bracket, the first round starts tomorrow at 11 a.m. with the second round on Thursday and the final Saturday at noon. So more great basketball coming. I love this time of the year.
Yeah. Is it because hockey's done or basketball's been picking up?
I'm still a hockey fan, still a Minnesota girl, but I just enjoy the basketball time so much as well.
I'll enjoy basketball a lot more if Centennial wins on Friday, because then they're going to the state tournament.
I think they will.
That's great confidence.
Gotta love our Cougars, and we've enjoyed watching them throughout this season. So we actually want to highlight some of our athletes. Our season finale for Sports Den is next week. I sadly won't be there, but we have Female Athlete of the Winter nominees that you can go and vote on. Go on to northmetrotv.com, cast your vote right now.
Kirsten Falk have no percentage.
Jill Conrad is in the lead with 29% of your vote. So if you see somebody up there that you think should get your vote, should be in the lead, then go on to northmetrotv.com.
Get the show done with soon so I can go vote. Those are the girls' Athlete of the Winter nominees. Let's go over the boys' Athlete of the Winter nominees. Plenty of people to choose from. Currently, Malik Stewart, the wrestler, 32% of the vote. Reiner Gorowski, 11%. Austin Long for Spring Lake Park. He needs some votes. A great young player for the Spring Lake Park Panthers. But let's see. I think it's going to be a really close matchup up there at the top. Well represented though. Wrestling, basketball, hockey, all up there near the top of things for the guys' Athlete of the Winter nominees. Vote online, northmetrotv.com. Voting ends March 19th.
So those are some of the athletes we wanted to highlight throughout the winter. But this week, it is time for our Athlete of the Week. And do you know who is going to?
Jasmine Bertoy is just a guess.
Jasmine Bertoy.
Oh my gosh.
That was a good guess.
Smartest person ever.
28 points in the playoffs. She had a huge game versus the Osseo Orioles that we covered last night. 19 points. Like I said, 28 points during the playoffs. So Jasmine Bertoy, well-deserved, is our Athlete of the Week.
Yeah, you saw plenty of highlights from her, plenty of highlights in the show. But we've got to have a play of the week.
We do.
I just,
is it time?
I feel like if we didn't, Matt Waldron would kill us. It is time.
Time for our play of the week. Got to pound it, and then you crack it open.
Crack it open.
And then you
drink
take a little sip.
Okay.
Now time to roll it.
Play of the week. This makes me happy. Reiner Gorowski gets the pass from Adam Anderson. Player on his back, Tolilo Bacon scores for Centennial in front of 15,000 people at the XL Energy Center. Not an easy task to do. I can barely stand up on skates, let alone try to do this. Reiner Gorowski, a phenomenal season. He'll get a college scholarship somewhere. That's your play of the week.
Play of the week.
And you're you're going to be a Fairbanks Ice Dogs fan, right? Because that's where he's playing next year in the NHL. What's an Ice Dog? I don't know. We're going to cover some stuff coming up. A lot of exciting things happening. Friday, Section 5 4A Girls Basketball Championship, which we were mentioning earlier. Centennial trying to make it to state. They will play the number 2 seed in the section, Champlin Park. Cougars versus Rebels. Should be a good matchup.
And then Saturday, we have the State Adapted Floor Hockey CI Division Championship at Jefferson.
And then when Centennial wins on Friday in the section championship, we will be covering the state tournament next Tuesday. That will be at the Target Center. Of course, that's if Centennial wins, but the way the Cougars are playing right now, I wouldn't be too surprised to see them head down to the house that Kevin Garnett built and play there at the Target Center in the state tournament.
Yes, we do have confidence in our Cougars. And then as I mentioned earlier, next week is our season finale of Sports Den. So lots of fun there. I unfortunately won't be there. Matt Bishop will be, but we will have in-studio guests live at 6 p.m.
Yeah, a lot of athletes coming in who will be sitting in the audience. We'll be able to chat with them, talk about the season that was for their respective teams. It should be a blast. And a lot of those athletes are Athlete of the Winter nominees. You need to make sure you go vote for the Athlete of the Winter. And of course, you can vote at northmetrotv.com. Vote early, vote often. Hook up your laptop, bring it to your grandma's, have her vote. Why not? But vote at northmetrotv.com. My grandma doesn't have a computer. That's the only reason I thought of that.
And voting ends March 19th.
Yep.
So get on there. Season finale next week. Thank you for watching. Go support your teams.
Go Bengals.
Go Cougars.
And go Panthers. For Alicia Denius, I'm Matt Bishop. We'll see you later.